For years, artificial intelligence was presented as a simple tool, something that helped humans work faster, write better emails, or answer basic questions. But that version of AI is already outdated. Today, systems like ChatGPT are quietly stepping into a much more powerful role. Not just assisting humans, but influencing decisions across business, education, media, and daily life. At first glance, ChatGPT looks harmless, a clean interface, a simple chat box, a helpful and neutral tone. But behind that simplicity is a system trained on massive amounts of data, capable of recognizing patterns, predicting outcomes, and shaping how information is delivered. And that matters, because decisions are built on information. Every day, people use ChatGPT to decide what to study, what to write, what strategy to follow, what product to launch, and how to approach complex problems. In offices around the world, employees consult AI before consulting co-workers. In startups, founders brainstorm with AI before talking to advisors. In classrooms, students rely on it to structure ideas before forming their own conclusions. This is where the real shift begins. Decisions no longer start in human conversations. They start in AI-generated suggestions. ChatGPT does not tell people what to do directly. Instead, it frames options. It highlights certain paths and ignores others. It simplifies complexity in ways that subtly guide outcomes. When millions of people rely on the same system to summarize, recommend, and explain, decision-making slowly becomes standardized. In business environments, this shift is already visible. Companies use AI-generated insights to decide pricing strategies, marketing messages, hiring priorities, and operational changes. Instead of long meetings and internal debates, teams now ask an AI to analyze scenarios and present optimized choices. Over time, human judgment adapts to trust those outputs. In creative industries, the change is just as profound. Writers, designers, and content creators increasingly begin with AI-generated drafts. Even when humans refine the final result, the original structure often comes from a machine. That means the first creative decision is no longer human. It is artificial. Education is changing even faster. Students do not only use AI to check answers. They use it to decide how to approach problems, how to structure arguments, and how to prioritize information. Learning becomes guided not only by teachers, but by systems optimized for speed and clarity rather than exploration. What makes ChatGPT especially powerful is not that it replaces humans, but that it integrates into human workflows so seamlessly. There is no dramatic takeover, no visible switch, just gradual dependence. Once people get used to instant clarity, they stop questioning where it comes from. Behind the scenes, this AI is designed to be helpful, neutral, and safe. But neutrality does not mean absence of influence. Every system reflects the priorities of its training, its constraints, and its design choices. Even the way answers are phrased can shape perception, confidence, and trust. One of the most important changes brought by systems like ChatGPT is how quietly authority is shifting. In the past, authority came from titles, institutions, or experience. Today, authority increasingly comes from outputs. If an answer sounds confident, structured, and immediate, people assume it is correct. And AI excels at sounding confident. This creates a new kind of decision hierarchy, not one imposed from above, but one accepted voluntarily. People ask questions. The system responds instantly. Over time, users stop comparing answers. They stop cross-checking sources. Convenience replaces verification. In corporate environments, this shift is accelerating. Teams rely on AI-generated reports to prioritize projects. Executives review AI summaries instead of raw data. Strategic decisions are shaped by models that simplify reality into clear recommendations. This does not remove human oversight, but it quietly narrows the range of options considered. In journalism and media, the same pattern appears. AI tools help decide which stories are worth covering, which angles perform better, and which narratives resonate. The result is not censorship, but convergence. Different outlets begin to sound similar. Perspectives flatten. Complexity is reduced. Even in personal life, decision-making is changing. People ask AI how to negotiate salaries, handle conflicts, plan careers, or make financial choices. These are deeply human decisions, yet they are increasingly guided by systems optimized for general patterns rather than individual context. What makes this shift so powerful is that ChatGPT does not force adoption. There is no mandate, no obligation. People choose it because it feels useful, and usefulness builds dependence faster than control ever could. Another overlooked aspect is feedback. AI systems learn from how they are used. As millions of people rely on similar prompts and accept similar answers, those patterns reinforce themselves. The system becomes better at predicting what humans expect, and humans become better at accepting what the system provides. This creates a loop. Decisions shape the AI, and the AI shapes future decisions. Over time, that loop becomes the default framework for thinking. None of this happens suddenly. There is no single moment where control shifts. Instead, it dissolves into everyday habits. Opening a chat, asking a question, accepting an answer, moving on. The risk is not manipulation. The real risk is invisibility. When influence becomes invisible, it no longer feels like influence at all. This is not the end of human decision-making, but it is the beginning of a new relationship between humans and machines. One where influence does not come from commands, but from suggestions, from convenience, from trust. And once trust is established, systems no longer need authority to shape the future. They simply need to be consulted. Understanding how these technologies work is no longer optional. It is a form of literacy for the world that is already taking shape. If you want to understand how technology is changing the world before it becomes obvious, subscribe to the channel. Here we break down the system shaping tomorrow, before they become impossible to ignore.